Ladies and gentlemen, the much anticipated G Fuel cans are finally available today, so if you guys want to head over to the G Fuel site and pick up some cans, be sure to use code IMMORTAL at checkout to get yourself a little discount. And now on to the regular video. Starting tomorrow, Operation Apocalypse Z will officially be live for all platforms as Xbox One and PC players join in on the Undead Party that started over on PlayStation early last week. Meaning everyone will now have access to the brand new Contraband stream, the new multiplayer maps if you have the pass, the Blackout map updates and modes, and everything else that came along with the 1.20 update. But something you guys may notice right off the bat is that this content, or at least this content season, is not going to be around for as long as what we have seen before with, say, Grand Heist or even Spectre Rising. On the Contraband stream, the countdown timer is already winding down, as we have just about 3 weeks left before a new Contraband stream is introduced, and we see the launch of the Apocalypse Z special event. So today we're taking a look at everything we know about this special event, coming to Black Ops 4 within Apocalypse Z here in just a few weeks' time. What's up guys, Zach or Immortal here, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for stopping by. If you guys are new here each and every single day, we are always covering the latest news and intel within the world of Call of Duty, so if you are looking to stay up to date with all of that stuff, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on, that way you'll always know when I upload a new video. And of course, if you guys do enjoy this one, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated and it does really help the channel out. And now let's get into the Operation Apocalypse Z special event and everything we know about it. Now, as I alluded to in the intro, we've only got about 3 weeks left here in the first part of Apocalypse Z, maybe give or take a few days depending on when you are watching the video and what console you're on, but at least on PlayStation 4, where the special event will be kicking off first, we know that come August 6th, the Contraband stream for Apocalypse Z will effectively expire, and we'll see the transition into our next seasonal events. However, much like Operation Spectre Rising, presumably when the event starts on August 6th, we're still going to be under the larger umbrella of Apocalypse Z, but we're just going to be in a different event, much like how Days of Summer was still a part of Spectre Rising, just a separate event under the much larger Spectre Rising umbrella. That said though, to give an equal split, this special event will also presumably be live for 28 days, like how the first part of Apocalypse Z will be, and just taking a look at the calendar from that, 28 days from August 6th is going to be Tuesday, September 3rd. So as of right now, I would expect to see the special event for Apocalypse Z run from Tuesday, August 6th until Tuesday, September 3rd, just going off of the patterns that we have seen previously and what we know about the time frame based off of the countdown timer. Now, while we do have a ton of information to cover about this event, one rather vague outlier right now is that we don't know what this special event is going to be themed around. Back in Spectre Rising, even before the operation officially went live, we saw that the Days of Summer event was going to happen during the operation thanks to the roadmap. And once the Contraband stream officially went live for Spectre Rising and we saw that the tiers would only last for 35 days, we knew that after those 35 days, the Days of Summer event would kick off. But this time around, there is no such teaser or confirmation of the event's theme and or title. The roadmap features no special tab this time around, and there hasn't been any other mention of what is to come after the first part of Apocalypse Z expires. And that is likely just due to secrecy, but of course, as we do discover more information regarding that, I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop, so make sure you are subscribed for that. Regardless though, despite an official name and theme not being revealed yet, we do have a pretty solid idea about what is to come for multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies during this special event, which for the remainder of the video, we will simply dub the Aftermath event, but please bear in mind that is not the official name, just rather a mock concept that I did make up. Anyways, over in multiplayer, according to the roadmap, we know we're going to see a handful of new and returning game modes come during this operation, alongside new weapons and a flooded variation of the map Jungle. Now, the game modes and whatnot, I would expect to see come within the first half of Apocalypse Z, mainly because they're really not that important, they're not incredibly huge updates. However, Jungle Flooded and the new weapons are much more significant updates that could very easily require a title update to go live, which we know will be coming with the Aftermath events. We do know, thanks to some leaked in-game files and also the Apocalypse Z reveal trailer, that we do still have 4 weapons that have yet to come to the game that all should be going live during this larger operation. that being the Backhander Zombie's Arm melee weapon, the Full Stop Stop Sign melee weapon, the M16 rifle, and also the Javelina AA-50 sniper rifle. And we also know that 3 of those weapons are not said to be coming during this first part of Apocalypse Z. In fact, the Backhander melee should be coming to the shop sometime within the next 3 weeks, but the other 3 weapons, they haven't been brought up at all yet, so presumably they're due up for the special event, which in all honesty does make a lot of sense. We have 6 weapons in total for this operation, and a 3-and-3 split is the most likely in my mind. That said, expect to see the Full Stop melee, the Javelina AA-50 sniper, and also the M16 added in with the Aftermath event, most likely through the shop and or reserves, whereas the tiers will likely be comprised of maybe another weapon bribe and probably mostly filler content. Then on top of that, I would say Jungle Flooded will also be coming with part 2 of Apocalypse Z, since that is also a little bit more significant and it just fits in well with the time frame. The Days of Summer event did introduce Hacienda Twilight to the game, even though that was teased from the very start, so I expect the same kind of time frame and pattern to play out here as well with Jungle Flooded. Next up, over in Blackout, we have 3 major things to look out for with this upcoming special event, that being the new Pandemic or Infected mode, the motorcycle vehicle, and perhaps some minor map changes. Now, the Pandemic mode was confirmed to be coming later on during this operation, so once again with our next major title update being tied to the special event, the timing really only just makes sense there. And much like Pandemic, the motorcycle vehicle was also described as quote-unquote coming later on in the operation, so really the same deal applies there. There is, I guess, always a chance that we do end up seeing one or maybe even both of these things added in sooner, but once again, going off of the track record back in Spectre Rising, we had 2 main new game modes for Blackout, Bounty Hunter and Ground War, each of which debuted alongside the split streams and themes. And here in Apocalypse Z, we also have 2 main new modes, the Haunting Fog and also Pandemic. Now obviously, the Haunting Fog is already live in our Quads Fog game mode, and even though it might be replaced with maybe another LTM or 2 here in the near future, it is still the main Blackout mode for Part 1, or at least the main themed Blackout mode for Part 1, whereas Pandemic will probably be the main mode for Part 2. The motorcycle vehicle, I would say, is maybe a little bit more up in the air as it could be added in earlier than with the Aftermath event, but once again, timing-wise, with them saying that it's coming later on in the operation, much like the Pandemic mode, I would say it's likely we'll see it with Part 2 as well. Then as far as the map updates go, really, I just expect to see some minor changes made to the overall lay of the land to perhaps indicate where exactly we are headed for Operation 6, as one can really only assume the Blackout map is going to be in a rebuilding type of stage after the outbreak has come and gone. And this is what really sparks my interest. Obviously, our map is kind of in shambles, it's kind of in ruins right now. I am very curious to see where exactly we go in the future. Are we going to just rebuild the whole map? Is it going to be in just this state of decay forever? This is what I really have my eye on in specific. Then, finally, for zombies, we don't really have a ton of content coming up according to the roadmap for Apocalypse Z, but the main 2 things I would expect to see come with the Aftermath event is the addition of 1, new weapons, and then 2, the brand new gauntlet for Alpha Omega called Duck and Cover. Of course, the new Mark II support is also listed there on the roadmap, but honestly, I feel like that could just be added in with any random hotfix any day now, whereas the new weapons and the new gauntlet are much larger and more important updates, and thus I'd expect to see those come with this special event too. With all of that being said though, that is effectively everything we currently know about the upcoming special event for Apocalypse Z here in Black Ops 4. While there is plenty of mystery still surrounding the event in general, like for instance the name and overall theme, I do think it is pretty interesting that we can already tell what kind of content we might see added in with the next major updates. And of course, as we do get closer and closer to the official launch of the event, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated with any new info that does arise. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And if you guys are brand new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when I upload a new video. As I mentioned earlier, the brand new G Fuel cans are live right now, so if you guys do want to go ahead and try those out, be sure to use code IMMORTAL at checkout to save yourself some money over there. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.